here at the UK Open, and last night Johnny Clayton joined the club. He caught up with Dan Dawson the morning after the night before.
Johnny the Ferret Clayton, ranking title winner, a major finalist in the PDC, and as of yesterday, a 9-dart hitter. Have you watched it back much, Johnny?
Yeah, I've watched it about 300 times, to be honest. Yeah.
Watch it again?
Yeah, as well. Come on then.
So this is the end of it. Talk us through this, because you were flying at this point.
I was. You know, you just hope at the end, and it just hit the first treble, the second, and I was just wishing that double 12 went in, and when it did, you know, I was ecstatic, to be honest. Brilliant.
That celebration is good. You'd not hit one before. Had you even hit a 9-darter at home in front of anybody other than the dog?
It's just the dog. Even my wife won't believe me, do you know? But yeah, it's amazing to do that on TV. So yeah, great stuff.
You're fighting to get back into the world's top 16. This weekend probably does that for you. That's a big thing for you, isn't it?
That's massive. You know, obviously as a dart player, I was gutted that I dropped out, and that's what where I want to be. So yeah, hopefully I get back into it and stay there.
You've had a handful of runs to the quarterfinals and beyond in major tournaments. 3 of them now have come here at Butlins. I mean, you must love this place.
Yeah, it's a good place for me, to be honest, and I hope I get a winning weekend. So cross fingers.
Well, a couple of years ago, you did go all the way to the final of the Players' Championship finals here. Only Michael van Gerwen stopped you. With him not playing his best, and you've beaten pretty much everybody else in this tournament, this is a chance, isn't it?
That's a massive chance. You know, it's one of those days. If it's my day, it's my day, and I hope it is.
Well, look, he's in the quarter-final stages once again here in Minehead. A ferret in a holiday camp is a very dangerous thing. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
I just keep picturing the dog's face when he saw Johnny Clayton hit a 9-darter. I do hope he appreciated it. Gave him a round of applause or something.
I wonder if it watched the second one. That's the main thing. I mean, has it seen 2?
He'll be taking his laptop home and showing the dog, saying, I did it in front of people now, and his wife will be showing her. But what about Johnny Clayton? In terms of the player he is, as Dan referred to there, on this main stage, Players' Championship Finals 2017, lost 11-2 in the final to Michael. He got that far. Does he have the wherewithal to go further?
Well, yeah, because he went on to win a European Tour event, so we know he's got the game. And he's not a full-time pro, which people may be shocked by. So he's a plasterer by trade, and he juggles the both, which works for him. That's no problem. Keeps him in a certain kind of physical shape, which works with his darts. He's done it all his life, so why change? We've seen before, someone like Darren Webster, that didn't work. But are really seriously talented players. And if you talk to the players, they're the most important pundits of all. They'll all tell you the same thing. He's a dangerous draw no matter where and when you play him. On that occasion when he played Michael, you know, Michael was playing at a slightly different level back then, and he had the serious fear factor. I don't think Michael's too far off, you know, being there or thereabouts, but the players don't seem to fear him as much. That obviously doesn't matter, because as we know, if Michael plays like he plays against James Wade, you've got to come up with something seriously special. And Johnny Clayton has beaten him 6-0 or 6-1 in an event before, so he knows how to beat him.
Well, Johnny's been saying that they don't seem to like me here. They haven't put me on the main stage. Well, he's worked his own way onto the main stage today on finals day. But what kind of a different environment is it for the players being out there? Jelle Klassen said it was so different for him coming with the lights and the crowd being so far away.
Yeah, unless you've actually experienced it, it's very difficult to say. I mean, I was in the room when he got the 9-darter, and that room creates such more noise because it's got a low ceiling. The crowd's more upon you, very close. And it's a smaller room, obviously. Well, this is much more open. You know, it's a bigger arena, as you can see, looking around. A lot more people in, but it doesn't generate as much noise as that small room. So it can, if you're not used to it, it can almost rabbit in headlights scenario. But he should be fine. He's such a popular player, Johnny. Everybody loved the 9 there. The room erupted when he got it. He seemed pretty happy himself. But I like the way that, you know, he was so gutted to drop out of the top 16. And so happy now to get in it. So now the hard work still begins.
Yeah, he squeaked above Stephen Bunting in the rankings after Stephen lost to Rob yesterday. Well, you better leg it, hadn't you, sir? Yep. You're going to be commentating on our first match. Johnny Clayton against Jamie Hughes will be last. But now Al's going to work his way to the commentary box, because for our first quarter-final of the afternoon, we have another Welshman, Gerwyn Price, who's been very well supported here in Minehead, against the happy Belgian, Dimitri van den Bergh. Over to John McDonald.
Hello and a very warm welcome. You've joined us live on ITV Sport from Butlins, Minehead. It's the quarter-final stages of the Ladbrokes UK Open. It's brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands joining us live and the millions joining us around the world, it's time to meet the players. Would you please welcome a two-time back-to-back World Youth Champion, the Dreammaker Dimitri and Bergh. Ladies and gentlemen, a UK Open finalist, the winner of the 11 PDC ranking events, and a two-time winner of the Grand Slam, ladies and gentlemen, the Iceman, Bergh.
It's the Dreammaker against the Iceman, and the original Iceman has legged it to the commentary box, where he's joined by John Rawling. Afternoon, John.
Good afternoon, Jackie. Yeah, the original and finest, former world #1. He could play a bit, you know. Gerwyn Price looked really good yesterday. Had to dig deep to account for Gabriel Clemens, who he said, in his opinion, is by a distance the best German player in the world. And it took an 11-darter in the final deciding leg to account for him. And Gerwyn, on his 35th birthday, was mighty happy about that. Dancing Dimitri, there he is, 10 years younger, 25, the Belgian Dreammaker, came through against the very plucky Irishman Kyle McKinstry. Good game that, 10-8. And Kyle, I was talking to him afterwards, he has absolutely loved every moment here this weekend.
He certainly has, and he's performed pretty well. In that match there, he missed, if I remember, 3 darts at double 16 to go 5-0 ahead on Dimitri. 4-1, and then Dimitri came back to him, and Dimitri eventually got over the line 10-8.
Well, he was kind of, I mean, Dimitri they call the Dreammaker, but it was Kyle who was living the dream. His first televised tournament with the PDC. But we will see now of this one. Gerwyn Price favourite, of course, with our tournament sponsors. And that is, well, what was that?
That's like
how do you describe that one, Alan?
That's like my first dart.
121.
Second too shabby, were they? If things are a bit laid back here in the early stages, I think a few of the crowd last night were well and truly rocked.
60.
There was a Queen tribute band, Platinum Queen, who were getting them boogieing, head shaking, you name it. And I think a few of them had just a couple of beers through the course of the
100.
day.
Yes, they come here all weekend to enjoy the tournament, the venue, the entertainment here. That's why it's so popular.
125.
They love their darts, and they love to have a good time while they're watching it.
Record between these two, 7-3 in Gerwyn's favour. He's won 5 of the last 6,
100.
including in the group stages of the Grand Slam, where he ran out a 5-2 winner. So those of you who like to take a bit of form on how 100. You think it's likely to pan out, it looks on paper as though this is going to be a Gerwin match, but you never know.
50.
Well, he's definitely the favourite from, well, just courtesy of his ranking. But the way he's been playing over the last 18 months or so, certainly getting the 2 Grand Slams under his belt, Players' Championship events, European Tours, and one of them was recently.
He comes into this having won the last 2 weekends, didn't he?
That's right.
Oh, hello, double 5 for 130. Opening leg.
125. Dimitri 82.
It's a strange one, that on the 130. You hit the treble and you're almost, in the back of your mind, you think it's 20 bull. You hit the treble and it stops you in your tracks just slightly.
Tops.
62.
That's a big miss as well.
It's like Gerwin's first dart in the 1.
Bit of early match rustiness from the 2. Right, double 2. It's had 16 darts so far, and 17 completes it.
Second leg, Dimitri to throw first. Game on.
Yes, a chance for both there.
Let him off there a bit, Dimitri, didn't he?
100.
Yes, he was a long way off the tops. And when you're playing at this level against the top players, those small chances are the ones that you have to take when you look back how the game went. Those are quite significant moments, although early in the encounter.
100.
Another loose visit.
Yeah, it's probably taken a couple of legs to get into the full swing, but you know they have been playing all weekend, practicing this morning.
First to 10, remember, at this stage in that Belgian Darts Championship, which Gerwin won last week.
100.
Dimitri was eliminated at the last 32 stage. Twice in years gone by, a PDC World Youth Champion.
120.
Good composure there after that second one bounced out. He didn't stop back and shake his head and wonder why it had fallen out. He carried on with the throw, leaves himself 41. Good leg from Dimitri here.
He wants to polish it off though, because Gerwin only needs the 1 treble in that 130.
Well, he missed the 130 in the first leg, didn't he?
He did.
Double 5.
Now this is an important one.
Good dart.
Well, both players now settled in their throw.
121.
It'll be absolutely rammed in here later on.
100.
As this terrific weekend reaches its conclusion. Knowledgeable crowd, fun crowd as ever down here in Minehead.
Yes, we find that, don't we, when we bump into the fans around the arena. Selfies and just saying hello, really, most of the time. Just really enjoying the atmosphere here at this event, and certainly the ones who have not been here before really do express how good it is. You haven't been, you've got to get here.
96.
If you like your darts, this really is one of the places you have to be. And they come from all over the country. A lot of Welsh supporters here cheering on Gerwin Price and Johnny Clayton.
Yes, they'd love an all-Welsh final, wouldn't they?
Double 12. How about that? 144, Gerwin Price.
Marvellous.
Splendid. Hurrah.
Great to get a big finish under your belt early in the match. And also to get a maximum.
First of the match going to Dimitri.
140.
Not the shabbiest response. I wonder if we're going to have 9-darter number 51 here at the
99
main arena today. Crowd would go bonkers if we saw another one.
Absolutely. It was great. I was in the room actually when Johnny hit his. And once he got that second maximum, all the crowd was on the edge of the seats, and you could just feel it generating the noise, dart by dart, as we progressed to the ninth into the double 12.
I love that response. That response he gave to Dan Dawson when he said, "Have you watched it a bit?" He said, "Oh, only 300 times."
132, 141.
He's brilliant, isn't he? Absolutely brilliant.
141, 9 darts to this point.
Double 13 last start. There we go.
Michael van Gerwen's had a 170 here this weekend.
It's amazing how many times players leave that
98.
big finish just in case. If it does go in, it doesn't half generate some noise in the auditorium. They love to see the 170.
Nice stuff from Dimitri, 2 out of 4, and squaring up the match again.
Yeah, it's a nice little match going ahead here. Both players averaging 100. With a 1 maximum, a 144 finish, 2 apiece. Could this be another? Number 2 for Dimitri.
Break at the end of this leg. Dimitri would love to just nick a little break of throw.
Despite hitting that maximum, you've got to continue scoring, and if he doesn't hit much here, almost the opponent feeds off it as well, thinking, well, he's hit a 180, I'm behind here. All of a sudden, he's hit a bad score. If you get a good one, you're back in it or in front.
As we're about to see.
There we go.
140.
You don't get too many opportunities against the real elite, and when those chances come, you have to capitalise.
Oh, what a good visit that one. Really is. 152, but depending on what Price gets here, he may not even get a shot at it, but that's a poor second dart there from Gerwin.
They go to the 18s.
45, 152.
Leaves the 170, as I mentioned earlier.
Indeed. 152 Vandenberg then for the break of throw. Realistically, he may have 6 darts at this.
56.
Okay,
170.
it's left a 2 darter, but in his mind, he probably think he'll need to take it.
Dimitri, you require 96.
Maybe right. 96 then. This for the break of throw. First time to get a significant advantage in the match. Oh dear. Treble 19. That would have left double 19, but not to be. So Gerwin with the darts.
Well, should be 1 dart if you can hit the single. Yep. Tops for 3-2 at the break.
Nicely done. Finishing have been good, but Vandenberg had chances again, which he didn't take. Gerwin 3 out of 4 on the doubles and getting his nose ahead. 3-2 at the first interval.
Game on.
The first quarter-final here in the main arena at Minehead. Gerwin Price of Wales against Dimitri Vandenberg of Belgium. Price leading 3-2, but Vandenberg had a great opportunity in that for a break in that leg before the interval. From 152 he had 6 darts, didn't even have a dart at a double.
That's right. Started the leg with a maximum. He had 1 dart at double in the first leg, didn't he, on 82, and it was a long way off tops. And that last one, he was in prime position.
140.
As you say, from 152, 6 more darts. Loses the leg without having a dart at the double. So all legs have gone with throw.
91.
Decent standard.
Yep, Vandenberg averaging 101, Price 97. Vandenberg just getting the edge with the big hits, 2 180s to zip from Price. Price 4-2 on the 140s or more.
When you look at the stats against the darts against the elite, John, I mean, more often than not, a very high percentage, on a high percentage basis, you're only going to be throwing 12 or 15 darts.
I was looking at a stats which was flying around for Michael van Gerwen's win yesterday. Of all the legs that he won, there wasn't one which was more than 15 darts.
That's right. That's what these elite players do now. And if you're throwing first, you really are limiting your opponent's chances.
100.
Which is the standard nowadays. The 15 dart leg is a 100 average.
Double 5 for 130. They tried before and failed. This time he gets it. And that represents a break of throw.
Yes, there's been absolutely nothing in the match so far, but when a big opportunity arose, Dimitri couldn't take his. Price did take his, and that's why he's at the top of the rankings.
Bit of a showbiz type player, isn't he? He likes a flashy big finish. It's interesting looking at them warming up in the players' room. He was on the same board as Michael van Gerwen. Average just nudging ahead of Bergh.
Yes, when players practice in the arena, they tend to keep away from the one that they're playing next.
80% on his checkouts as well, Gerwen.
59.
Well, two big finishes, 130, 144. Hasn't messed about too much.
He's finished really well all weekend.
100.
Well,
Bethan has travelled down to watch him here.
93.
well, we saw a fantastic fighting spirit from Dimitri van den Bergh in that last match against Kyle McKinstry.
134.
He's going to have to show the same qualities here, you feel.
Well, Price has had 144, 130, 110, mere bagatelle. 10 for tops.
90.
Thought that was going to rock him.
Yeah, not happy with that one. Quite a distance away, really. It's his favourite double. But these are the opportunities that you're limited to. Should be 18. Oh, what is he doing?
78.
Can't believe that.
Well, he was trying to stay away from the treble. He certainly did that.
Well, that's incredible.
And he's paid the price. 5-2. Well, that's a couple of times that Dimitri's had chances and made a hash of it.
But a single 18 and throwing it out of the board, I mean, that's crazy. Crazy.
Oh dear.
There you go, from the sublime to the ridiculous in 2 visits.
Last time I heard somebody singing Crazy, it was when Tyson Fury was on his way into the ring, the old Patsy Cline classic.
Well, he'll be absolutely livid with himself
100.
for that mistake. He really will. And it's just shouldn't happen in the professional game, and
58.
missing the board.
Well, your average pub player is well aware of how that feels, but you don't expect to see it here.
Well, it certainly inspired him in the scoring. Mentioned his fighting qualities. He's going to have to start showing these in abundance.
122. Dimitri required 98.
Well, he's got every opportunity of holding his throw here. 6 for double 16. Like it, 12 darter.
Well, what a great way to get that mistake out of your mind. Quality leg there from Van den Bergh, but it was on throw.
140.
He needs one of those against the darts, and pretty quickly.
Scoring heavily now.
Certainly better. When you're chasing somebody who's scoring the same as you, it just shows you how difficult it is. The chances are just so limited.
High standard in this first semi-final.
100.
It's just not missing the treble.
Gerwin's won 5 of the last 6 times these lads have met.
Oh, started with a 140 and a ton. Just look, it's still a long way behind.
100. Gerwin, you require 82.
Even if Price misses this visit, is again going to be forced to take out a big shot.
Double 12.
58.
Just the wrong side of the wire. Now, Dimitri, it's can be done in theory. A lot of things can be done in theory. Good darts. No.
97. Gerwin, you
Again, we've had a great leg from Dimitri. He's left 64 after 12. Ooh, one left. Ooh, well, there we go. And he's not going to get a shot. So again, he's only had 12 darts at the board. Leg gone. Now he's throwing it again with throw. Pressure is back on him. He's going to have to do the same.
Break in play at the end of this leg.
Once addressing abundance, or at least we hope.
Yeah. So you sporting a different shirt today?
Constellations.
Yes, I know. I can see you. Is that the plough I see there?
That's my stomach.
$140.
It was looking dodgy at one point. 140 is just giving him a bit more of an edge. He has to take this leg. He really does.
Race to 10. 7-3. Price will be starting to think that the hard work has been done. If he can get a break here. Bergh has other ideas.
121.
There's a bit of a slip with that last one. Pricey looking to fill it in. And if he does, the pressure will well and truly be on Dimitri Bergh.
Well, that's Gerwin's first maximum of the match. 123 then for Dimitri. Might have to get this.
Yes, triple 18 for the ball. He gets it.
The ball!
87.
A fairly sizable miss.
90.
Price 90, looking to capitalise again on a wasted opportunity. Double 5. Well, he got that on a 130 earlier on.
I think he thought that was going in. He just saw the angle and the dark dip in the last moment. No, composure time for Dimitri. You can see him visibly trying to calm himself down.
That's a very, very important dart. Had he missed that, I know it's an early stage to be saying it, but had he missed that and Price had left the stage at 7-3, you might have felt that it was not exactly all over, but significantly going the way of the Welshman. As it is, Bergh clings to hope as Price leaves, leading 6-4. Gerwin Price leading Dimitri Bergh 6-4, and plenty of entertainment to come, including next up, cracking match. Current world #1 Michael van Gerwen against another former world champion in Rob Cross.
Yes, that should be a cracker. You kind of expect it at this stage of the tournament, the quarterfinals. Gurney has won on this stage, plays Yellow Klassen. He really needs to have a good run in this event. He's been pretty good so far to get to the quarters. Johnny Clayton, 9-dart hero. As Jamie Hughes rising the rankings at a rapid pace.
Play, Yossa. Played well in his first season after he got his card, but didn't really get the rewards associated with his good play. But this year, I think he wants to make amends.
That's right. Funny, me and Chris were talking about it on the way in, and it was one of those where
60.
we've never known somebody have so many ton-plus averages and lose matches. It was crazy. It seemed like he was doing everything right, but just couldn't get the result.
You keep getting ton-plus averages, it's going to come sooner or later.
Yep.
140.
Well, he's won a European Tour last year. Certainly gave him some confidence. Winning on a big stage over there in Europe.
A good match that, Jamie against Johnny.
100.
Meanwhile, our first quarter-final here. What an important check-out before the break for Dimitri.
134.
7-3, and it really would have been starting to look like game over.
Yes, he's not had massive chances, has he, to break throw, but he had that one dart in the very first leg of the match. We mentioned a couple of times those 6 darts from 152.
109 here, Alan, sorry to interrupt. And he's got it again, his third 100-plus checkout.
Yeah, he's just limiting the chances for Dimitri against the darts, and it seems to be more or less on every visit when he's throwing first.
Well, that's his 4th maximum, Dimitri, but when you've got a lad who's finishing like Gerwin is, 144, 130, 109.
100.
Only one of those maximums have been against the throw.
Yeah.
That's the difference, I think. That's the leg when he had 6 darts from 152 and didn't throw at the double.
Well, Dimitri throwing really
100.
well. He's averaging 103 nearly. He's been over 100 nearly all the game, but you've got finishing like Price is producing, and there's his 2nd maximum, and the trademark shout of "come on." Those finishers, it really is a bit of a kick in the stomach.
Well, he's been throwing really well on throw, as he is again here. But he's going to have a 12 dart or less to break at this moment in time, the way the game is going.
And that 81 might have to go. I rather think.
25. Dimitri, you require 81.
He needs to get this, steadying himself up. 81, important that he takes this. Price on a potential 11 darter. Double 13.
55.
Now Price can really hurt him here.
96.
Yes, he'll go for trouble first, which he gets. Calm himself down for the target. No messing. Who needs 2 darts?
Tremendous, that 11 darter.
13 flag.
Really fine darts from Gerwin Price. Bergh's not doing a lot wrong, but look at that scoreline, 8-4.
Yes, when you look at the game as a whole,
60.
there isn't a lot between it. But as I said, he's not been able to have a 12 dart or less against throw. Price did then, 11. 3 ton-plus finishes, 144, 130, 109. Dimitri, 4 out of 7 on the double.
70.
So he's not doing a lot wrong. It's just been limited in terms of chances in most legs.
Well, he's got a squeak of an opportunity for a break here. Seems to be saying that there's some regularity, don't we? But he's just not taking them.
I keep saying it has to be now. It definitely has to be now. If Price wins this throw here, he'll be 1 leg away. Dimitri needing 6 on the spin. This is better. Wonderful darts from the young Belgian.
Number 5 on the maximums, leading 5-2 in that particular classification.
He's going to have to take it again. He's in the same position as he's been so often, as you just said, John. He gets a big score to leave it. Price follows it, then he's under pressure.
So this has got to go. Oh dear. Treble 17 for tops now then. Huge dart.
76.
And it's just low. Oh no.
83.
That's the pressure. It really is. 16 or treble. For the ball.
58.
Fancied that, didn't
Dimitri,
he?
you require 20.
So Bergh breathes again. Double 10 for 8-5. for a break of throw.
No other scenario. He's got to take it.
And has.
30 flag.
Well, hang in there. He certainly is a sticker.
14 flag, Dimitri to throw first. Game on.
Showed so much resolve in that last match that we've mentioned in the previous round against Carl McKinstry.
100.
This is a different quality of opponent, so a tougher task.
140.
He's starting to give it a go.
Well, he's at the point of no return, really, pretty much, isn't he? He's got to be just eyeballs out here, just relax, muscle memory, and just go for it.
140.
Lovely. We'll be looking at 15 darter as a maximum, but it may have to be a 12.
140.
Price is following him and slightly ahead despite the good scoring leg from Dimitri.
Back-to-back ton 40s for Price.
Both players scoring well now in this match.
140.
Dimitri van den Bergh losing with an average of nearly 105. Gerwin at 102.
105.
Good thinking from Price there. 116 gives you 2 darts at the treble to leave a double.
Same scenario again, Alan.
Yep.
Treble 17 he needs. So Price, chance to break straight back.
Yes, and again for, well, how many times have we said Dimitri has left himself the double in a really good scoring leg, but Price needs a treble though. Hasn't got it, so a chance for Dimitri here. Whole throw, get back within 2.
Yeah, this is for 8-6 for another one. Just chipping away at that lead, or trying to, double 12. Should be able to work his way in okay from there. Come on, he says to himself. Oh, this is a big one.
No. No.
72.
Double 12 for the immediate break back.
And
Van den Bergh only has himself to blame there.
15 flag, go into throw first.
Well, sometimes you can forgive the odd dart here, John. You know, when you miss a double with 1 dart, every player can do that. But when you have 3 clear darts at a double, when you're well and truly into the void of the match.
Didn't actually get very close, did he?
No, he threw his first dart quite some distance away, stopped himself, didn't he? Looked around, got himself set again.
First one sort of looked like a marker, but then he didn't really attack it after that.
121.
Easy to say.
3 darts there. That mistake when he threw a dart out of the ball, going for the big 18.
39.
A swing of 4 legs.
And Gerwin now is on the cusp of victory.
Other than those 2 mistakes I mentioned, could have been 7 apiece.
60.
That's the difference. It really is. Just so small.
Talking tiny margins between good darts and outstanding darts, and Gerwin Price has made himself an outstanding darter, great competitor.
Yes, he wants to be involved in those moments, doesn't he? Absolutely loves it when it goes in his favour.
He's going to be the first one to have a go at a finish here. Fill it up. Oh, how about that? How about that?
Well, it's been a brilliant scoring match from both players, but it's been the crucial moments that Gerwin Price has taken to get him to this point.
And he takes that, and it's all over. Onwards he goes into the last 4. Gerwin, the birthday boy this weekend, is playing so well. Another really solid performance. Both of them averaging 102. Marginally better on the finishes, but he got the finishes when it counted. He got the big scores when it counted, and he goes through winning impressively 10-5.
Price, the Welshman, reaching his 4th ranking TV semi-final in a row. 2 of them at this venue. He's seen off the dream maker, Dimitri van den Bergh, 10-5, and is our first man through to the last 4. Well, both players averaging 102, 9 180s between the pair of them, with Price making the difference on the doubles there, the more than respectable 56%. Let's hear what he had to say of it all. He is waiting to talk to Dan Dawson.
Gavin, congratulations. Dimitri's playing well all the way through that, and you kept on putting him in his place.
Yeah, I think I slipped up in a couple of points in that game, but yeah, I was always confident that I was playing well and that I was going to win the game, but I let him off the hook a couple of times and kept him in the game, but yeah, I'm over the winning line. I'm happy with the win.
Early start to the final day of action, first on the main stage, means you've got a lot of time to prepare for that final evening session with potentially 2 more games to win.
Yeah, I think I need it. I don't know, I had an early night last night, but I just woke up this morning feeling rough as ever. But yeah, I'm going to go back, have a nice hot shower and chill out, maybe go to bed for a couple of hours and then set the alarm for the draw at about 4 or 5 o'clock. So yeah, just need to get back to the room and chill out.
You are playing incredible darts at the moment. You play incredible darts here. This is your 3rd semi-final in 4 years at the UK Open. You must absolutely love this event.
Yeah, well, I never used to. When I first started, I would bomb out first rounds. But yeah, the last couple of years when I've started playing well, and I don't know, it's just it's not too far from the home as well. So it's just down the road. Say just down the road, it's 2 hours, but it's one of the local ones to me. So yeah, I enjoy this place. It's probably one of the only ones that I get to spend the weekend with my wife as well. I don't know if that's a positive or negative, but yeah, it seems to work.
Well, before the start of today, the sponsors made you the favourite for the title. Do you feel like the favourite to win this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not scared of anybody anymore. I know Michael's up and down on his game. One game he'll have a brilliant game and then he goes off a boil. But you know, over the last couple of months, I think I've probably been playing the best darts out of everyone. So that's good confidence for me. And it doesn't matter who I play, I'm confident I'm going to win. Very impressive this afternoon. We'll see you again tonight.
Cheers, bud.
Well, if he's going to be even better after his kit, then whoever